welcome to my home once again. So back in the summer, I made a video called Weird but Genius Things Found in Finnish Homes. And I made a list of things which I just was not used to seeing and using and stuff since I lived most of my life in the UK. And then moving from the UK to Finland, yeah, there was a lot of different stuff which I think should be in every single home in the world. So I had that list of things for the first video, but since then I've come across several other things which I either missed out from the first one or that I've found out since then. So here is Weird but Genius Things Found in Finnish Homes Part 2. But first I'm going to touch on a few things that came up in the comments of the first video, because there were two things in particular which sparked quite a lot of comments, and that is the drying rack above the sink and also the cutting board, which is like built into the kitchen. So first of all, the drying rack, which is built in to many Finnish homes right above the sink. I still think this is a genius invention, even though since that video we have actually got a dishwasher. This is still really handy. But in my first video I mentioned that I think whoever invented this should be a billionaire, but there was a comment actually left on the Ilta-Sanomat article because they wrote about my video for some reason, and someone said that she wasn't a millionaire or a billionaire, in fact. So yeah, that's a shame. Quite honestly, she deserves some kind of Nobel Peace Prize or something, because I can imagine this drying rack, which she invented, has saved a lot of relationships. But moving on to the next thing, which is the cutting board built in, which probably got the most comments on the actual video itself. A lot of people wanted to tell me that, first of all, that there is another cutting board, or there should be another cutting board above, which there is, but that is equally, if not more, disgusting than this one. And also that it's mainly used for cutting bread. Still not cut a single thing on these, by the way, even since August when I made that last video. And yes, they do come out. Pretty genius. And I guess, yeah, you can, if you can be bothered, you could swap out the wood, but I'm gonna go ahead and leave that as the next tenant's problem, I think. So, moving on to my fresh new list of weird but genius things about Finnish homes. And most of these things are in the bathroom. I wonder what they could be. All right, so the first thing, and actually the thing that was probably mentioned the most on my video and something that I completely forgot about, is this little thing. Actually, I think it's best if I take the thumbnail right now. That's made me all wet now, good. So yes, the bidet shower, which is, I mean, I don't get it, really, to be honest. I mean, I do get it. I understand what it's used for. I personally don't use it, and I don't know how much this is used in normal Finns' lives, but I guess I don't use it because I wasn't brought up with one in every single bathroom. I've even seen these in like coffee shop bathrooms and restaurant bathrooms, which to me is a little weird. I was just about to say, leave a comment if you use one of these, but I do not want to know. Do not leave that comment. And although I don't actually use this for the reason that it was made, it is actually quite handy to like help you clean the bathroom and stuff. And like if you wanna clean the drain, it's just really like handy, and it goes pretty much all over the bathroom. Yeah, this is a strange one to me. There was a comment actually that said that it's good for helping you rinse off babies' butts and stuff like that. So yeah, I think it has its uses other than the obvious. Now this is actually quite useful because I don't actually have to move in order to tell you about the second weird/genius thing. And that is the fact that in our bathroom, we don't only have one drain for the shower. If you just have a look over this side, you'll see we have a second drain. And yes, I am wearing shorts in February. Don't judge me. Now, I have heard rumors or stories that this is particularly the case to have two drains in student apartments, mainly because there were so ridiculous. Mainly because students tend to fall asleep in the shower. They'll block the drain of the shower, so they'll sit on it or pass out on it, and the shower will keep going. And then that leads to flooding of the bathroom and then flooding of the building as well. So that is why there is a second drain in student apartments in Finland, which blows my mind. It is just, it is so funny that that was such a huge problem that they almost standardized this. I think it's hilarious, but pretty genius. All right, now moving on to the bedroom. And this is actually something that someone in the comments of the last video reminded me of, but oh my God, this is, I don't want to say saved my life because that would be a little bit dramatic, but it has changed my life. It really has. And I'm talking about this. So to the untrained eye, this is a duvet cover. This is just a standard floral patterned duvet cover. But my friends, this is much more than a duvet cover. This is a genius invention. Why is it a genius invention? Well, because of this. This, again, like the drying cabinet, is almost worthy of a Nobel Peace Prize, because I can imagine that there have been many couples fighting when they're trying to make the beds. One person's like, grab the corner. Why aren't you grabbing it in the corner? But with this handy little hole in your duvet cover, you can just grab the corner like this. And now it's in perfect position. You literally just shove your arm in, you grab the corner of the duvet, pull it to the corner, and bada bing, bada boom, your marriage is safe. Now I think these are Finlayson sheets. So that's what leads me to believe that this is actually either a Finnish invention or a Nordic invention, I don't know. But I have seen DIY versions of this on sheets that don't originally have it. So it's such a simple thing, but it's just so amazing. So the next thing, and this was a huge oversight on my part in the last video, and that was to mention that almost every single Finnish home has a sauna. And it didn't really occur to me to add it in the last video because actually we don't have a sauna in our apartment. But although our apartment itself doesn't have a sauna, the building does. There's no getting away from it. It's almost like a human right in Finland that everybody should have access to a sauna if they so please. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of sauna. I've definitely gotten more into it since living here for the past almost 1 year. But yeah, I don't miss having one in our apartment, and I'm realizing what a silly thing this is to say to an audience of Finns. So let's rewind a little bit. Now man, I really wish we had a sauna in our apartment, you know? And although I am not super into the sauna, I do appreciate the value that they give you and like your soul on like a freezing cold day, maybe you've been out all day and you go home, you jump in the sauna and you just thaw out and you chill. Just like when we were in Lapland, it was like -30 and all I wanted to do was just go into the sauna, and it was amazing. So the fact that almost every single home has access to a sauna is incredible. And I read a really interesting fact recently, something like there are more saunas than there are cars in Finland. And that doesn't surprise me in the least. Yeah, here we go. The Finnish sauna is a substantial part of Finnish culture. There are 5 million inhabitants and over 3 million saunas in Finland. So there we have it, folks. Moving on. Oops. Now the last thing is right here. And I know you're thinking, Dave, there's absolutely nothing here. You're just in the hallway. How wrong could you be? So if anyone watching isn't from Finland, prepare your brain because it's about to be blown. This is what you might think is our front door, but but that is a second door. That's what you're looking at right here. And I know what you're thinking, Dave, that's not that big of a deal. But for me, I think it's pretty genius because not only does it help keep the heat in, it's also an extra security measure so no one can like peep through the, no one can like peep through the little letterbox. I don't know why I would expect anyone to do that, but anyway. It's also great for sound insulation, which is great for me when I'm making these YouTube videos. I wonder if my neighbors have actually heard me talking to myself for like an hour at a time. And they're wondering what the hell's going on, probably. Now, of course, all of these things are pretty normal things that you see around, but for me, as a foreigner, as a British person living in Finland, these are pretty strange, but also quite useful things, which I think should be everywhere. But if you think I've missed anything out on these 2 videos, let me know in the comments below. I'll be really interested to read them. But once again, please don't tell me if you use a bidet or not. I think that's what the phrase too much information, TMI, was made for actually. But anyway guys, that is about it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed it, please hit like on this video. And if you're new around here, I make videos like this every single week, usually twice a week. So hit that red subscribe button and you can join our little family over here. There are some links in the description to my other social medias like Instagram and Twitch. Fun stuff happening over there as well, so go and check them out if that's what you're into. But once again, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. See ya.